All right, let's try to describe this. Let's try to do this again. The connection between your pelvis and your jaw. You have your tongue here, all sort of muscles and nerves, okay? Your tongue is very equivalent to your dick muscles. Your pelvic floor. Your pelvic floor is just like your jaw. Think of this as the pelvis of your face, and you have the pelvis of your down here, right? Now, they are intertwined intimately, very close. There's a chain of your muscles, a fascia all the way down. So if there's something going on with your tongue, like you have a tongue tie. Some people can't put their tongue all the way up. And not everyone's gonna fall into this, everyone's different. There's so many different factors. But I talk to you guys about a lot of chronic pain that I've had. Every time I mention this, and I made videos about retention and my 30 days, my 60 days, my 90 days. And I was I was being very authentic and raw and honest with you. But the thing is, I notice now, because now I know what the root cause of my issue is. It's my bite, it's my jaw, my tongue. All these things are dysfunctional. There's a distortion, there's a rotational torque, and it affects all the way down. So that's the gist of this video, that if you have a distortion, you have an issue dysfunctional up here because of braces, because of jaw or missing teeth, all these things are going to affect the back of your spine, which is you have your atlas and your cervical spine, and your tongue, and all this, and you're gonna have your cranial bones. All these things are gonna be affected and can travel down the chain to your pelvis. Where is your pelvic floor? Where is your testes? Where you're producing semen, right? And if there's an issue up here, like you have asymmetrical on your face and stuff, your brain is in cerebral spinal fluid. Now, when you're producing with retention, you're actually upgrading your CSF, your cerebrospinal fluid. Now, with that is why you experience all these benefits. Your body, your brain feels safe. Your anxiety goes down. Your hormonal levels and vitality increases. You have more of that dominant behavior. You feel safe is what's going on. You're getting out of fight or flight, and you're becoming into this more thriving, creative state, and you're moving forward and progressing in your life. That is what retention is for. But that is the connection. So you retain, you have more cerebrospinal fluid, higher quality. Everything about your body is up leveled, and it keeps getting better and better. You become stronger. You feel more connected to spirit. Why? Because of your brain. You're unblocking the chakras. You are allowing flow and more flow and higher energetic flow throughout your body and your channels. So the point of this video is just to explain that if you have a distortion, if you have missing teeth, if you have a tongue tie, you have an issue with your jaw, for me, it shifts. I have a messed up jaw. And because of this jaw issues, your jaw and your pelvis and your hips are very much connected. Again, your tongue has this fascial connection all the way down from your tongue. Like, you have this muscle, right? People do mewing. There's this muscle here. You can tighten this up. You can create a different jawline. You can shift. There's all stuff movement here. And if there's a instability or an issue here, it can travel down the chain and have issues with your pelvis. And you can have erectile dysfunction. You can have digestive issues. There's so many problems, and I have a lot of this. This is what the chronic pain I'm experiencing. So I've learned this from all the doctors, chiropractors, different medicines, different disciplines and it's so deep. And retention falls into everything, but it's not talked about. Like, you can maybe heal your retention is up leveling everything about your body. That includes your mindset, your emotional, mental body. A lot of times we can fall into disease when we start to have a lower level energetic pattern, cycle, behavior, and level of thinking. And what happens when we do retention? We start to think more positive. We feel more positive. We feel more vitality. We feel more relaxed. We feel safe. We feel less anxious. We feel like we can be ourselves and express more. So all this to say that you want to get this checked out, because you want this reducing at the max capacity that you have available. And like I said, maybe, maybe not, but braces could actually affect the way your jaw is and affect, if you have a distortion there, it's going to travel down and affect you from leveling up. So I think, a little bit of conspiracy, I think that all these things are kind of put there to like keep you from reaching your highest self, right? And that includes getting braces done and having perfect straight teeth. But straight teeth does not mean functional, does not equal to functionality of your body. So some people have a lot of problems and they don't know what it is, and they spent years, I spent a decade trying to figure this out. And what truthfully is a distortion here in your bite, in your tongue, in your jaw, and it just creates curvature and rotation in your head and bones and your cranial bones, craniopathy, to look into craniopathy. And all that, when you do craniopathy, it actually allows for better secretion of your CSF, your cerebrospinal fluid. So let's say you do retention and then you get an adjustment, you're going to feel that retention benefits a lot more because you're allowing the fluid to move around and not get so stuck. So if you have a brain concussion, if you have head trauma, all these can cause leakages of cerebrospinal fluid. So even if, for example, you're doing retention and you have a brain issue or a head trauma, then your retention benefits may take longer to see. So that's something people ask, like, how come 30, 60, 90 days I still don't feel something? Well, you want to take a look at something it's something very complex, and there's there could be something wrong up here, you know? I'm not here to diagnose that. I'm here to just let you shine light on, like, you should take a look at this part. Look into like atlas adjustments, NUCA, upper cervical, holistic dentist. They know, not an orthodontist, not a basic dentist, like a holistic dentist that knows like muscle testing, that knows your connection between your bite. Some people go to the gym, they wear those mouth guards. You bite down, you can squat more. You bite down, you can bench. And why? Because there's more stability in your body. If there's something unstable here, then your whole body's going to find stability somewhere else, and that can cause scoliosis. That can cause a twist in your shoulder and your pelvis or low back, and have all these issues. So literally lower back pain, scoliosis can be caused by an improper bite. You know, that's deep, but like, and what can cause improper bite? When you're developing, your tongue didn't develop, your jaw didn't develop, braces can move your jaw, and now you have an improper bite with straight teeth. You know, where you're wearing a retainer and no retainer. So there's a lot, but retention is the gold standard to like up-leveling your life. But if you're having issues or whatever, you should look into your pelvis. But remember, your pelvis is connected to your tongue, your jaw, all those areas.